Ladies and gentlemen, I think Bitcoin is about to go parabolically towards the upside, and you only have limited time to prepare. And in this video, I'm going to be showing you why we have the best cup and handle pattern possible in existence, which will take Bitcoin to above $100,000 much sooner than you think, why this bull flag is super important, and how this double bottom will take us to potentially $68,000 in just a matter of a few weeks, and in the short term, of course, what I'm expecting for the price of Bitcoin. Stay tuned until the end. It's going to be a phenomenal video where we discuss not only Bitcoin, but also Ethereum, the FOMC event coming up next week, and the election data, which has changed massively over the past 72 hours, and maybe we'll touch on who I believe Satoshi Nakamoto is. If that interests you, then make sure to destroy the like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn on the notification bell, especially for the FOMC live stream, because that will move markets 1 gazillion %. It's the most important economic event of the past 5 years, easily. And it will either crash Bitcoin or cause Bitcoin to go to 70K like this. That's my prediction. And if anybody tells you they're certain it's going to go one way or the other, they're absolutely lying. No one has a clue. And that's the exact reason why me, Mr. M, and Carl from Singapore, we're going to be live streaming this event. So by turning on the notification bell, you're not going to miss out on the most important crypto event of potentially the decade, right? So that's the one that you should be watching out for. But in the meantime, let's forget about the FOMC and focus only on the technical analysis, because it suggests that Bitcoin going into Monday could reach between 61 and 64K, given that we broke out from this downtrend. We talked about it on the past video, and the fact that we're breaking out of this inverse head and shoulders structure. The weekend is not good for Bitcoin. It's a time of low volatility. It's a time of nothingness. So I'm not expecting us to reach there during the weekend, but it gives you extra time to buy as much Bitcoin as possible, or start to put your limit orders for Bitcoin where you're fully long in the market, because I'm planning on going 30% long into Bitcoin at 64, 65K exactly. And then another 30% long as we're breaking above from this bull flag. And then finally, 100% long when we break the prior all-time high. That is how I'm planning on approaching the market. And if you want to learn how you can set limit orders to long at the exact place you want to buy Bitcoin at the exact place you want to buy or long Bitcoin and Ethereum at, you can do so by watching the second link in the description down below. It's going to show you how you can put limit orders for Bitcoin to long at 65, 68.5, 73.7, or at a price of your choice, so that you don't miss the final parabolic run towards the upside. And guys, make sure if you want to buy crypto, if you want to buy Bitcoin, you can sign up to Bybit using this link, and you can actually buy crypto with your credit card, with a bank transfer, and then you can create a dollar cost averaging bot that's going to buy Bitcoin for you on a daily basis without you having to do anything. That is the coolest thing ever, and that's what I'm doing, by the way. It's super profitable, because when you buy Bitcoin and you hold it for 4 years, you're guaranteed in profit. That's just how Bitcoin works. It's pretty revolutionary. But anyways, by signing up to Bitflex and Bybit, you can do those two functions. You can long Bitcoin, buy Bitcoin at any price point, like I'm planning on doing right here. And on Bybit, you can create your own dollar cost averaging bot that's going to allow you to buy Bitcoin on a daily basis without you having to check the chart at all. That is how Michael Saylor got rich. That is how he's acquiring so many billions of Bitcoins and he's still in profit. That is the way to do it, ladies and gents. It's the hack, it's the glitch in the matrix that's going to work for now at this point in the market. But once we break out of this bull flag, once we break out of this cup and handle pattern, it will be no more. And that's exactly what I want to discuss right now, because Bitcoin is about to break up from this cup and handle. Textbookly, you saw it in the textbook picture. It's perfect. We've created the most bullish pattern ever on a macro time frame, making it even more relevant. And this time around, I think it's going to break. We're going to go up to a target I will mention, and then we'll come back down to the prior all-time high and have our final run after shaking out all the weak investors to $130,000. And here's why. If we use a tool called Fibonacci extension, which is the only way to put a price prediction on any asset which is going above all-time highs, because there's no resistance, there's no support. So the only thing that we can do really is to do a Fibonacci extension with the following. And these are the three most important levels for Bitcoin: the 1.382, the 1.618, and the second Fibonacci extension. I think Bitcoin will find its first top probably at 96K, right? We break out from here, we go to 96 or probably $109,000, $110,000. We create peak euphoria. All the altcoins go parabolically bullish. That's your time to make generational wealth. And then we have a dump back down to the prior all-time high. We shake out all the weak-handed investors, all the new people coming in, and Bitcoin just has one final surprise where we could even touch $168,000 before crashing into a multi-year bear market. Now, I know this sounds super permeable. I know you're not believing anything that's coming out of my mouth right now, but just watch, right? This is what's going to happen. I promise you, even if Bitcoin crashes in the short term after FOMC, it doesn't matter. Bitcoin is going to these price levels, and when it does, you're going to be absolutely shocked and regretful that you missed out on the opportunity of your lifetime to make generational wealth by believing in something that nobody else is currently. And the best way to do that, like I said, is by buying Bitcoin on a daily basis, by considering to open long positions at the places I mentioned. And remember, the parabola has one final move towards the upside. One more move towards the upside before we can call for fatality. At least one more move. Base 1, base 2, base 3, base 4, and then the final move comes in before entering a multi-year bear market where you can follow your passion, do whatever you like, but don't waste this opportunity. That is it for Bitcoin. In terms of Ethereum, I think we're super bullish too. Hence, I'm in a long on the $10,000 trading challenge. I think it's still a considerable time to go long in Ethereum because the Ethereum dominance against Bitcoin isn't doing so well right now, but eventually that will flip. FOMC, not too much to comment. Inflation came at 2.5%, significantly lower than expectations. But the most important indicator that the Fed actually tracks is the core inflation data that excludes housing and energy, making it more sustainable to track because they're very, very volatile. And that remained at 3.2%. And because we did remain at 3.2%, I think it guarantees the Fed for cutting 50 basis points. I could be wrong, but if they cut by 50 basis points, then they can really put that final push on inflation, bring it down to 2%. And if they don't do that, this can just spiral back towards the upside and collapse the entire economy. And at that point, that's not going to be good for Bitcoin. So that's my expectation. I don't want to say too much because nobody knows nothing. We're going to be making a huge stream next week. So stay tuned for that, and we will talk about it in more detail. Now, of course, we had the first presidential debate between former President Trump and Vice President Kamala Harris. Honestly, in my opinion, Trump won, but he was weaker than I expected him to be. The whole of mainstream media thinks that Kamala won. I don't know. I don't want to comment on this matter because everyone thinks so differently. I'm just expressing my opinion, and based off, I think there has been things that are said on both sides that are non-factual and over-exaggerated, hyperbolized. I don't want to comment, but to me, Trump was the more confident speaker, but Kamala probably gave more facts, if that makes sense. And it looks like Kamala could win this, Vice President Kamala Harris could win this election. And if she does, then I don't know. I think the market does want a Trump victory based off of the data that we're seeing, but anything can happen at this point. I just know that in 2 years' time, Bitcoin will be a lot higher than where we are today. That's all I know, and that's all that matters. But before we continue on to who I think Satoshi Nakamoto is, I want to give a shout out to today's sponsor, Xborg. They were a sponsor for a video that we recorded before as well, and they finally launched their token. It's currently trading at a $57 million diluted valuation with 6,222 holders. And I'm very bullish in play to earn. I'm very bullish on gaming, and Xborg does aim to revolutionize that. So check them out using the link in the description down below. And yeah, thank you, Xborg, for sponsoring this video. With that said, I think that we found Satoshi. I think we found him. And why I think this is because I saw the hat that Mr. M wore today to the office, and it said Satoshi in Japanese, right? And I did some digging, and I found that Ash Ketchum, who is the main character of Pokemon, in Japanese, his name is known as Satoshi. And I was shocked. Look, Ash Ketchum, known as Satoshi, these are the Japanese letters that Mr. M had on his hat. Ash Ketchum is known as Satoshi. So maybe the person or the group of individuals that we think or believe is behind Bitcoin maybe is not, right? It's a completely different thing. And I don't know, like Ash Ketchum, so random. Maybe they were a Pokemon fan. I'm a Pokemon fan, but it just gives us light into a mystery that we will probably never ever find out. But it's good to see these Easter eggs on who Satoshi Nakamoto is. And yeah, it just, I don't know. It's cool to try and find out about his personality. But guys, that is it for today's video. I'm extremely tired. I was super sick the past 2 days, but I'm going to go to bed, prepare for Singapore, and hopefully I'll see you guys very soon on the trip. So guys, take care. Have a great day, and I'll see you all very soon. Bye-bye.